Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. Ready to kind of unlock some digital marketing secrets and see how they can help supercharge your business.
Always ready for that.
Awesome. You sent in this really cool podcast episode called Digital Marketing, Grow Your Business and Brand. It's from Digitalks and hosted by Dilip Rajbanshi. It's a great starting point,
Yeah,
but we're going to dig a little deeper, go beyond the basics.
love it.
So this episode lays out three core pillars, right? Visibility, engagement, and conversion. When you hear those, what pops into your head first?
Well, what's interesting to me is how those three actually show a change in how we think about marketing now. It's not just about yelling your message out there and hoping people buy it.
Yeah.
It's more about building these relationships and trust.
Oh, that's a good point. So it's less about that buy now in your face and more about being a trusted advisor or even a friend giving good advice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that.
And that's where the real growth comes from. When people buy from folks they actually know, like, and trust.
For sure. Okay, so let's break down these pillars one by one. First up is visibility, and the source dives right into SEO, which can feel like a bit of a black box sometimes. Dilip mentions keyword research as a key first step. He suggests using tools like Google Keyword Planner or SEMrush to uncover what people are actually searching for. Why is that so important? Wouldn't it just be easier to focus on the words we think are important?
Well, think of it this way. Let's say you run a vegan bakery, right? If you're only using terms like delicious cupcakes, you're missing out on all the people searching for vegan birthday cake or eggless dessert options.
Makes sense.
Keyword research is kind of like getting inside your customer's head, understanding how they talk and what they need.
So it's less about our perspective as the business and more about meeting the customer where they are in their search journey.
Yeah, precisely. And once you've got those keywords, that's when you optimize your website content, even stuff like your Google My Business listing. Imagine someone in your neighborhood is craving vegan treats. Your Google My Business listing pops up with photos and everything. They click and boom, a new customer.
It's like magic.
It really is the power of good SEO.
Yeah, and all of that leads to higher rankings on search results, right?
Yep.
Which means more people are even seeing your website in the first place.
Exactly. It's free traffic, basically. People finding you naturally because you've aligned your content with what they're looking for.
And I imagine that builds over time.
It's a long game for sure, but the payoff can be huge.
Okay, so we got people landing on our site because of our awesome SEO, but then what? They're just browsing around. How do we get them hooked, get them to stay, and really engage with our brand?
Well, that's where content marketing comes in.
Yeah.
It's all about telling your brand story, but in a way that really clicks with your audience.
Yep.
Think blog posts with super useful tips or behind-the-scenes videos showing how passionate you are about your products. Even infographics can be cool.
Oh, yeah, those can be really cool. So it's less about always pushing the buy now button and more about giving real value, showing off your expertise, and making that connection.
Exactly. You're not just selling a product anymore. You're selling an experience, a feeling, a solution.
Right.
People remember how you made them feel. And that's what builds loyalty that lasts.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Dilip actually threw out some really interesting content ideas too, like starting a blog, making videos, maybe even ebooks or guides. What kind of content do you think really sticks with people?
Well, it totally depends on your audience and industry. But one thing's for sure, people love stories. Let's say you're selling handmade jewelry, right?
Right.
Instead of just showing the pieces, tell the story of the person who made it. Where do they get their inspiration? What's their process like?
Right.
Suddenly that necklace isn't just a thing. It's a piece of art with a story behind it.
Okay, so I'm picturing a video on your website, like a soft music playing, showing the artist's hands making the jewelry. You're not selling a necklace, you're selling the feeling of wearing something unique.
Exactly. It's about creating that emotional connection, a sense of value beyond just the price.
Powerful stuff. Okay, so we've covered visibility with SEO and the art of engaging content, but I'm guessing there's a lot more to this whole digital marketing thing, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've just scratched the surface.
Okay, well, let's keep diving in them. Okay, so we've got our website all SEO'd up and we're putting out great content that people actually like, but how do we reach those people who haven't even seen our site yet? Those just hanging out on the internet somewhere.
That's where social media comes in. It's like that big online space where everyone's talking and sharing.
Yeah, and there's so many platforms to choose from. Dilip mentioned picking the right ones for your audience, like Instagram for visuals, LinkedIn for the more professional crowd, TikTok for younger folks, it can be kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. The trick is to start by figuring out where your ideal customer is spending their time online. Are they on Instagram sharing food pics? Or maybe on LinkedIn having serious discussions? Or maybe they're catching all the trends on TikTok. That's where you got to start.
So it's all about strategy, not just setting up shop everywhere. It's about meeting your audience where they already are.
Exactly. And once you've chosen your platforms, it's all about consistency. Posting regularly, engaging with followers, replying to comments. It's about being authentic and building a community around your brand.
Dilip also brought up social media ads as a way to reach more people. Do you think that's something to jump into early on?
It really depends on what you want to achieve and how much you can spend. Ads can be super powerful for reaching a wider audience and targeting specific people.
Hmm.
But they work best when you've already got a good foundation going. A clear brand message, engaging content, and an active online community.
Okay, so social media is all about building that community, that two-way conversation. But what about the people who are already interested? Like maybe they signed up for your email list or put something in their cart but didn't actually buy it.
Ah, that's where email marketing comes in. It's a classic method that still works amazingly well.
Yeah, and Dilip had some good tips on building an email list, like offering a little something special in exchange for their email address, like free ebooks, guides, or maybe a discount.
Exactly. It's about giving something valuable that your audience actually wants. Then, once you have their email, you got to nurture that relationship. Send personalized emails, share helpful tips, offer exclusive deals. Just keep them engaged with your brand.
And he mentioned automation too, setting up those emails that go out automatically based on certain actions, like a welcome email for new subscribers or a little nudge for someone who left something in their cart.
Yeah, it's like having a personal assistant working 24/7, guiding your subscribers along.
Pretty cool, but sometimes you need results a little faster, right? So where paid advertising or PPC comes in.
Right. PPC is like the fast track in digital marketing. You're
Yeah.
basically paying to put your message right in front of a specific group of people.
And Dilip mentioned a few ways to do it. Google ads to get to the top of search results, social media ads to target people based on their interests, and then retargeting those ads that follow you around after you've visited a website.
Oh, yeah. Retargeting can be really effective,
Yeah.
especially for online stores. Imagine someone's looking at your website, adding something to their cart, but then they get distracted. A retargeting ad can remind them to come back and finish their purchase.
Sneaky. So we've covered SEO, content marketing, social media, email marketing, and now PPC. We've got all these strategies going, but how do we know what's actually working? How do we make sure we're not just throwing things out there and hoping something sticks?
Well, that's where analytics come in. It's all about data. Data is like king in digital marketing. We have to track everything. Website visits, user behavior, social media engagement, email open rates, ad clicks, conversions, you name it. It's all about figuring out what's connecting with your audience and what's actually getting results.
And there are tools to help with that, right? Dilip mentioned Google Analytics.
Oh yeah, Google Analytics is a powerhouse. It tells you a ton about how people are using your website. You can see where your visitors are coming from, what pages are popular, how long they're staying, and even what they're doing on the site, like signing up for your email list or making a purchase.
So it's not about just setting everything up and hoping for the best. It's about paying attention to the data and tweaking our approach based on what we learn.
Exactly. It's about being flexible, using the data, and always looking for ways to improve.
Makes sense. So we've talked about all the tactical stuff in digital marketing, but Dilip also stressed something that's really the foundation of it all.
Branding. Yes, branding.
At the heart of your business, it's more than just a logo or a catchy phrase. It's the connection you make with your audience. It's what helps you stand out.
Yeah, and he talked about defining your brand identity, your mission, values, personality. What are some questions businesses should ask themselves when they're figuring out their brand? It starts with understanding your why. Why does your business exist? What problem are you solving? What do you believe in? What makes you different? Once you're clear on those things, you can build a brand that really reflects who you are and what you offer.
So it's about going deeper than just what you sell. It's about connecting with the heart of your brand.
Exactly. And that emotional connection is what resonates with people, builds trust, and leads to loyalty.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. But we've covered so much today. Where do we even begin to apply all this to our own businesses or projects? It can feel a little overwhelming, right? With all these strategies and tools and everything.
Yeah, digital marketing can be a lot.
But I think the main takeaway for me from this deep dive is You don't have to do everything at
All
once.
right, you don't want to spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, like if you're just getting started, maybe just focus on SEO and creating some really awesome content that shows off what you know.
That's a great place to start.
And then as you grow, you can start adding things like social media or email marketing or even try some paid advertising.
Exactly. Start with a solid base and build from there.
And don't forget about checking the data all the time, right? Making sure all our hard work is actually paying off.
Definitely. Data is super important. It helps you figure out what's working, what's not, and where to focus your energy.
So for everyone listening out there, what's one thing from this deep dive that really stuck with you? Something you can actually put into practice this week?
Maybe take some time to brainstorm content ideas, ideas that your audience will really connect with.
Yeah, or maybe it's finally getting the Google My Business listings set up and making sure it's optimized.
Or maybe even just sit down and think about your brand's values and personality.
Yeah.
What makes you stand out? What's important to you?
Even small steps can add up over time. It's all about keeping the momentum going.
And remember, digital marketing is an ongoing thing. It's a journey, not a destination. You're always learning and trying new things.
That's so true. So stay curious, stay flexible, and most importantly, have fun with it.
Yeah, if you're excited and willing to experiment, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.
That's it for our deep dive into digital marketing for business growth. We hope you're feeling inspired and ready to take action.
Until next time, keep exploring and keep aiming for those digital marketing stars.